Hey, want to improve your cycling fitness? Of course you do. That's why you clicked on the link. That's why you're in this channel. And I'm going to share with you a really clever way that you can guarantee fitness progress. Guarantee. Pretty bold statement. I'm Scott. I've been coaching for 30 years. And if you're already subscribed to the channel, you'll know that I'm dropping in live videos through my podcast on a Monday night and live workouts at least 3 times a week. And we've got these uploads, which come around from questions that we get from the podcast and emails that I receive. My sports science journey started in the late 1980s, but it carries on every single day. That's over 30 years of knowledge. I've coached athletes that have started as complete novices and watched them progress to international level. And I'm here to help you. So what's this wonderful method, Scott, that's guaranteed to progress my fitness? I need you to relax, sit back, wipe your memory banks of all the workouts you've done or all the programs that you've followed, because most of them have a traditional theme, and that is the long endurance ride or a couple of endurance rides based on improving the time spent in the bike. Now this is essential, people, and I use it a lot. We've got to develop CV system. We've got to develop it at round about what I call VT.1. The reason that I don't like everybody doing it straight away is because most riders do it wrong. They ride zone 2 too fast and they don't make the correct physiological changes. But what they all do is they poorly hydrate and they've got poor nutrition, either going into the ride, during the ride or after the ride. So where they train for maybe an hour, 40 minutes and then jump to this 3-4 hour ride at the weekend, it places far too much stress on the system. They have too much inflammation, they stay what we term catabolic longer, so they feel like they've got a hangover by the time Monday morning comes. Now they may have a hangover because they've ticked off the box, I've just ridden 50 miles, I can have that extra bottle of wine, that extra takeaway pizza. It's because of the hydration and nutrition when the body's starving for nutrients to re-heal, absorb the effort and grow stronger, we fall foul. So I want you to try this. Take your mind back to a time when you maybe started a new job, or you maybe started a new relationship. Hey, you might even be married to that person now. In the minutes of that first job or that first date with that person, there was high levels of stress. This stress was priming your behaviour and it was priming you to perform at your best. Hey, you didn't always manage it, you made mistakes just because the stress was so high. But after a day, after a week, after a month, after a year, you got more comfortable, your self-esteem went up, your confidence went up, you were able to carry out this job, you were able to interact with this relationship, you knew what this person wanted, what they liked. You were at your best, but the stress went down and your body was able to cope with it. But some of you got lazy. You got lazy and you became desensitized. Meaning that your body found this steady state, and even though you thought you were performing at your best, you weren't really compared to where you were 6 months ago or a year ago. But what I want you to think about is, what does this mean to my training, Scott? Think of the desensitization. Now we know that every single human being will have a level of absorption from a workout that's different. We all do VO2 max workouts exactly the same. We'll absorb them differently. But that's the same when you go to eat a meal. We can all eat the same foods, but we'll absorb different levels of nutrient dependent on our DNA, our gut health, our age, our gender, lots of things. So I want you to rip up your training plan. I want you to think about changing things for 1 month. And here's how you're going to do it. You're going to try and avoid desensitization. Now here's the dramatic, big drum roll. Take away your long ride, scrap it, break it up, chop it into pieces. So if it's a 3-hour ride, that could be 3 times 1 hour workouts. 1 workout becomes 3. I want you to increase your frequency and I want you to change your model of training. Try it for 1 month. So what I mean is, if you train for 4 times a week, maybe by dissecting your workouts and making them 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, no more than 60 minutes. Suddenly you've gone to 8 sessions, 10 sessions. Yes, it means 2 in one day, split sessions. We can have an easier session, a harder session. You can colour code them, amber, green, red, for the different intensities. The workouts don't need to have intervals any longer than 1 minute, 90 seconds, 2 minutes at max. Let's pre-stamp it at the start with 2 workouts. 1, you take your FTP as it is now and you correlate 70%. What is 70% of that? And you ride at that for 10 minutes and you just measure the heart rate. Where did it start? Where did it finish? You will do that again after the 4 weeks when you're rested. The second test you do is 5 minutes. Full gas. You warm up and you do a 5-minute full gas effort. This is what we would traditionally call a VO2 max effort. It would give us that VO2 max power. 5-minute time trial. You do that at the start and again you do it at the end. You'll be amazed at the results. In fact, I'm so confident that you'll improve, you can leave a comment. No need to thank me. Now I know it's taking you out that comfort zone, but let me tell you this, the majority of riders continue to do the same thing but expect different results. I've said this before, it's a sign of being crazy. Try something different, even for just a month. So maybe that means that you're losing that social interaction that you really enjoy on your bike, but you can still meet up with a rider or a small group. All you have to do is do a small bit with it and then turn away. Be disciplined. You're trying to progress yourself. You're not riding to progress others. The social interaction and contact will get even better when you're fitter. Because you'll be the rider at the front. You'll be the rider at the top of the hill first. How would that feel? So at the time of shooting this video, I'm going to be dropping in the actual building blocks of how you would build the 4 weeks in my next podcast. So if you're watching this after I've done that, the link will be in the description below of how to get to that podcast. If you want to know a little bit more about desensitization, hey, click on the link that I'm dropping in. That's from the previous podcast when I started talking in more detail about sensitization to efforts. Hey, if you've enjoyed that video, why not hit the subscribe button? And remember, I've got live videos every single week, including live workouts at least 3 times a week. And then we've got the uploads that come around from the questions that get asked during the week. Hey folks, remember, you stay safe, keep spinning, keep smiling. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, anyone can train hard. There's only a few of us can train smart.